Welcome to the round of 8, Starter Deck Mania. The winner goes to the final 4. The loser is done. We're going first, which is correct strategy. We did a good job of going first last round, going first in all 3 games. So continuing that momentum. Like, this has got to be, like, not good here. Yeah, let's get rid of that. I don't like my opening hand there. Maybe keeping the mammoth was a mistake. It might be. Would love something to do on 1. Okay, enduring shield solid. Yeah, we can shield on 1. So enduring shield and then like this and this is a line. They might be running bronze servant, so we definitely want to swing with this once next turn. Get one of the protecteds out there. I do like this as an open though. So what I'm gonna do is this, and this. So the idea is that I keep it protected out there. I get a swing into the face. This is 1 health, but I think it's better than just having this at 2 health. Okay, they have the Auric Rush, which is useful in the situation from their point of view, but they don't have a way to peel off the Enduring Shield. Okay, so they're going to get this attack in. We, at worst case, get Wild Hog on the board here. Okay, Blood Boil Outlaw. I think I'd rather have this have the buff. So we're going to play that first. That way it guarantees the buff. Well, it actually puts the buff there. And we'll play the Wild Hog as well. So they've got 3 cards in hand. We've got 1 in hand, 2 on board here. And the question is can they make up for some of the lost time here? We're hoping that we have the first pick in the Sanctum. The Rune of Strength, like on a Tamed Mammoth, feels like it's something that would be very effective. This minion having protected is pretty annoying because it's probably going to become a 3-2, and if it goes face, it's pretty problematic. Do they have an answer for the Wild Hog is certainly a question. They could easily have a Blade of Sticks here, which peels there. A lot of things they could have here. They've got 3 cards in hand. It's very important they do something productive this turn. And they do accomplish productivity. That is for certain. And they get this attack there. Alright, Overproof Brew isn't bad. So we always play Tamed Mammoth first here. And I think we want to trade here. We fail. So we have to attack with this, unfortunately. Let's just peel here. They're going to peel here and peel here. This missing and not hitting there or there was very big. So the Wild Hog missing on his attack was very big. He can do this and this. And we're not coming out of this great. I mean, we would love to have Overproof Brew in like a situation like this. But yeah, this is going to go ahead. Buff there for sure. And ooh, this is problematic for sure. I mean, I hate to Overproof Brew just with just 1 minion on board, but I think I have no other play here. I can go face, buy the Rune of Strength, but then he just gets 2 attacks in here. This is so difficult. I hate to burn the Overproof Brew like this, but it just definitely feels like the correct decision. Go face for 8. It does pose a question, and we can pick up the Rune of Strength. Now the question comes, can they remove this? Because if they can't, then this is probably dealing too much face damage next turn. Like, can they really absorb 10 plus the GP there? It becomes very questionable. Okay, this is very clutch for them. Having the Thabian Brawler on the board, that is huge. Now, I can actually potentially play Wild Hog and give it frontline, which is a very unique line. And probably the way to go. Unless I draw something here. I could draw something, and then maybe that's not the correct line. Blade of Sticks. Okay, so we remove this, and we can Blade of Sticks to remove this. And let's just play the Wild Hog for board presence here. You could have argued GP. You could have argued Rune of Strength here. But I think this at 4 health, ooh, they're going to have 2 spells to get rid of us. That's huge. Being able to get rid of that was huge. And if we had played Rune of Strength, we could have protected it. They are out of cards, though, so this is good for us. So we're going to be able to get some extra push damage here with the Wild Hog and get the Blade Caster in play. Okay, this is generally nice. So good board presence here. They top deck the Bronze Servant, which was a useful top deck for them. But I think just pushing damage to the face is going to be problematic for our opponent. Wild Hog didn't matter where we clicked. It was going to go wherever it was going to go. And here, there's not really a way to expose going wide, so we're just going to keep doing it. A Tartessian Battle Mage, pretty solid. But let's see here. We can clear the path to lethal with this. So this removes this, which allows the confused minion guaranteed to go face. And we win game number 1, 1 game away from the final 4. So game number 1, we go first, we win. That's huge. Game number 2, we go second, and our opponent is hoping to get revenge. Revenge is a best dish served with revenge. I was trying to come up with a quote there, but we failed. We definitely failed. But here, we have a pretty good opening hand, I would have to say. I love the Axewoman plus Trial Spirit line. That's just very strong. Very good counter to their open here. We get value, and we have the early board, which is hard to get going second. I assume they're going to play a Tavern Brawler here to come back and fight for the board, but that's a guess. But if they don't have that, they could fall behind here. Okay, Tartessian Battle Mage. Definitely a very effective card. All we can do here is go face. Very simple plan of attack here. They will be able to trade this off for 2 minions and get some value out of that. But we do push some damage face. We do collect some favor. And we made them use their only pip. So mana-wise, they might be in an awkward spot. Speaking of an awkward spot, next turn we do not have a good play. So we really need to top deck into something useful. Got 2 1-health minions here. Kind of sitting ducks. They pipped on 2 last turn, which means they might not have an on-curve play here, which could be pretty bad. Like, if they GP here, it feels like a lost turn. Fortunately, unless we top deck, we're not going to be able to take advantage of said bad turn. So, very interesting spot here. Vicious Rend on the Axewoman. That's just a sign of a really non-optimized hand, kind of desperate line there. We top deck the Blade Caster, which is is a decent play. It's not the best play, but it is something we can do. Obviously, go face. And ooh, they top deck Blade of Sticks. I'm assuming that was a top deck. Maybe it wasn't, but it feels like one. And they get this. So big turn for them. Yeah, if they had the Blade of Sticks last turn, they're slapping that down, obviously. So that was definitely a top deck. We can definitely Orcish Elite to remove these 2. It's the best play for us here. And the Sanctum, we have the option of purchasing the Enraged Ally. I think we're going to leave the Sanctum as it is. I believe they probably will purchase the Rune of Strength here. I'd be surprised if they don't. This will probably clean up the 3-1 unless they have a cleaner way to deal with the situation. But we're kind of entering at a standstill. And a lot of times these standstill situations comes down to who can hit this button quickest. And we can hit it slightly quicker than they can at the moment. Our hand isn't very good. Vicious Rend isn't useful. Ooh, Enduring Shield, that's going to be pretty annoying. And they have Bronze Servant. I would love a Bronze Servant here. That would be pretty epic if we could top deck a Bronze Servant. Oh, we can! Oh, we can! That is huge. That is absolutely huge and a bit of a soul-crushing move on our part here. So what we're going to do is we're going to buy the Enraged Ally. The Enraged Ally is bait for their Bronze Servant. It is indeed bait. So what they're going to do is they're going to attack here. We're going to hit here. This should live. And the question is, what else do they have going here? Can we have the initial board? Can we have the board presence to kind of win this game? If I don't buy the Enraged Ally, he just peels the Wild Hog. So we're saving the Wild Hog effectively by doing that line. So they play this. We Vicious Wren to remove the Bronze Servant. Okay, actually no, we attack here with the Hog and Vicious Wren. Okay. And unfortunately, they're going to be able to trade this. So maybe there was some error in my calculations. And an interesting thing about this situation is we're both flat out of cards. We're both playing off the top of our decks. So who draws their top end useful cards and who doesn't is going to decide who wins this game. So Slayer, they can trade here. They unless they have something else useful in their hand, they pretty much have to. They can't really face race us when we're ahead in the face race. I think that would be very irresponsible of Lexotan here. Is he debating on this minion or this minion? It's kind of interesting. That might have been what he was debating on. But I mean, I think he chose correctly. I feel like he definitely chose correctly. So you could argue not playing the Bronze Servant, but I mean, floating the mana here isn't good. We just want the board presence here. Threatening 6 plus the GP is 8 points of damage next turn, really posing the question to our opponent who tops deck or was holding Orcish Elite and just wanted value. Nah, if he had Orcish Elite last turn, he was playing it. So he top decked Orcish Elite at a very clutch time to get him back into this game. We're playing Axewoman for board presence here. If we can just get a attack face, we're feeling like we're accomplishing something out of it. Obviously, we're running out of things to do, and oh boy, that Minotaur Phalanx is big. That Minotaur Phalanx is absolutely huge. So if I attack here, this isn't big enough, so we're just going to leave this on the board at the moment. Like, let him attack into my minions while we try to kill him with the Slayer God Power. We have one Vicious Wren left in the deck, which can go face indeed. They play the Auric Rush first, which is probably not ideal if they wanted to attack here. Oh, interesting. They're going to go with this and the Vicious Wren. Oh, they're doing that defensively. Interesting. This will go face. They get the Ambitious Adventurer for the card draw. I don't think I'm going to have a way to deal with the Minotaur Phalanx. That's just a problem. We're going to go ahead, play the Tavern Brawler for board presence, but we're not able to get through there at all. We're just hoping to top deck a Vicious Wren. That's the thing. The question is do we have one top deck left, which is a 1 in 17, or do we have two top deck left, which would be a 2 in 17? I think we've only got one shot. Overproof Brew here is interesting as well. No, it's less interesting now. That completely is either Vicious Wren or bust for the game. Trial Spirit will be game number 3. There will be a game number 3. Went second that game, made it exciting, about all you can ask for. But ultimately, in the end, we come up short. Game number 3 is indeed necessary. Game number 3. All the marbles on the line. The winner goes to top 4. The loser goes home. We're going first. You love to see it. The Blood Boil Outlaw. Auric Rush isn't terrible. The turn 1 Bladecaster is certainly a line. I think it's the hardest to exploit. Keep the Auric, the Blood Boil. I'm just going to full keep this. The question is do I turn 1 go for the... Is how do I play turn 1? I kind of like Auric Rush defensively here because we're gonna fight back for the board. Okay, we got 2 blade casters. It's just we go ham with the blade casters here. So that's just a super solid early minion. We can play another blade caster next turn potentially. All right, we can hit there. So our 2-drop is better than theirs, is our idea here. Now, if they have Blade of Sticks, they do get a lot of value. Okay, so that is going to run into our Auric Rush, which peels both of those off the board. I think, is that the cleanest line? Let's see. Do I want to do this? I mean, I can attack here and play this. Keep the Auric Rush back. That might be ideal. Yeah. So, I mean, I could have Auric Rush there, and honestly, it might have been the line. But I think this is pretty solid, too. We're getting a very good wide board presence here. So we've got the Bronze Servant. Okay, they have an Auric Rush. Are they going to just kill here, or are they going to do one to everything? Be interesting. One to everything. So they probably have another Blitzer for the Blade Caster. Of which case, they probably are feeling pretty good about the spot. Okay, they've got that. Any way I can get the Athenian Archer? Unfortunately, not. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go face. I'm going to be eyeing the Enraged Ally. So this goes there. We can go ahead, deal 2 damage to that minion. Buy the Enraged Ally for board presence. So now one card they're very likely to have here is Orcish Elite. And we need to play around that, so we're going to buff this minion. So playing around Orcish Elite with that buff. The Lambasting Wand in the Sanctum doesn't really bother us. We knew about the Orcish Elite possibility or probability. And they're going to get value out of that. They've got 2 cards in hand. Enduring Shield. We get wrecked by Bronze Servant so badly here. I think we kind of just have to, though. I hate doing this. It's very risky. It's very risky. Just trying to apply board presence. Presence. Yeah, we got wrecked there. We knew that was a possibility, too. Now I think we're losing. Now I think we are indeed losing. Might should not have played that. Might have been the game-losing move. Well, the Enduring Shield. We top-decked the Enduring Shield at a bad time, realistically. So we're just going to continue pressing here. If they have Minotaur Phalanx at 6, I think we just lose, though. Maybe we top-deck Overproof Brew at some point. Lambasting Wand's very intriguing in the Sanctum, too, because we're going to be just GPing in this, maybe. Okay, they're going to get the Archer. They're going to take this out. I think we just go face. I think we just go face here. Well, now this can hit here, and then this, yeah, this, okay. So this hits here, because we leave that with 1. This goes... All we can do here is just hope they don't have Minotaur Phalanx. If they got Minotaur Phalanx again this game, I think we just lose. I think we just lose. They've got it. They've got it, chat. So we really need to top deck Blade of Sticks here. If we top deck Blade of Sticks, we get through this. And then maybe we're okay. Auric Rush. So we unfortunately can't get to this in the Sanctum. We're 1 favor off. I like the Lambasting Wand for some reason. Just applying some pressure with the GP here. Just hoping we have a little bit of reach. And maybe there's a world where we may be attacking there. Who knows? Who knows? But I think we're definitely in a disadvantaged spot right now. They have the Overproof Brew. That is going to be pretty problematic from our point of view. Yeah, we're just too slow here. Axe Women. Can attack, give up everything to kill this. What are our chances of winning here? I think it's 0% regardless of what I do. think it's 0%. Trying to think of what I could have done here. This Minotaur Phalanx really swung the game. Might should have queued in with Nature, who knows. Yeah, and that their Bronze Servant they had in the game was very well timed. They didn't really have relics, and we kind of got exposed.